Hi everyone, it's me Cheryl. I hope you're all alright. It's Tuesday evening, Tuesday the 25th of October. It's Man Day. I know I've just said it's Tuesday. Man Day as in man day. So my husband's looking after CJ. Hence the reason why I'm in this room. And I don't think you've seen this room before. This is my younger son's bedroom and all my craft stuff is in here. Just all over the place, total mess, because the guest bathroom the shower room has been done out. Now I haven't moved back in my craft stuff back in the guest bedroom yet because there's dust everywhere still. It keeps settling, so keep dusting, moving the bed, dusting, you know, things like that until it all completely settles. And then we've got to wait for the decorator to come in. But I don't know how long that'll take, so there could be a chance I'll move back in there temporarily anyway, but we'll see. Now my camera keeps flashing the word portrait up at me. I don't know what that means, but it seems to still be recording, so I'm just going to ignore it. Anyway, I haven't got a whole load of stuff to show you. I mean, I've been studying shawl design, making up my own swatches, so I think that's what's mainly been taking my time, the swatches. I did 2 stitches but they didn't go together, so I did the first stitch with a different second stitch and I did the second stitch with a different first stitch, and that one worked fine but the original didn't, so I'll have to think of something else for that. Because basically I get a book, it's got the knitting stitches in it, written in knitting written format, and then I chart it myself and then I actually put in a shawl template, so that's what's happening there. But in the meantime I've been doing a couple of things, like there is a shawl, spindrift shawl. I only work on that at Knit and Natter, so it's barely made any progress, so I haven't showed you that yet, plus it's downstairs. But I have been making on, and I'm almost finished. Oh, I hope I've got enough yarn. Is the Age of Brass and Steam. I made it a bit longer, you see. So you probably can't see it in all its glory because the circular needle it's on doesn't. I can't spread it out wide enough really because the stitches will fall off the end. But it's fine to knit with because it's just bunched up. So obviously it'll look far better when it's off. Just get the yarn off there. Now which way around does it? Okay, I'll do the best I can showing you it. I don't want these to fall off the end. So that's it so far. And this is like the bottom is actually the top. That sounds funny, that doesn't it? So what you see at the bottom is actually the top of the shawl. This is actually the bottom of the shawl. And the reason for all these stitch markers is just counting. It makes counting my stitches at the end easier. So I've got a stitch marker every 20 stitches. Really I could do it every 50 now, it doesn't matter. So I know the big number, and then all I need to calculate is where I've increased here and on the other side, and on the rows where I do increase between just either side of these stitch markers, which are different from, these are the plastic ones, you know, the Knit Pros, rather than the metal ones which are like pear shapes, ring coilless. So they're the only areas I really count. So that's it for the moment. It's going on and I'm not far off finishing. I hope I've got enough yarn. I think I've got 6 rows to go. Wish me luck. Right, so I'll just move that out of the way. I've been doing some hats on the loom because I had some one night stand yarn. Yes, I did say that, one night stand yarn. You know on TV and films where like you don't actually see the late night event going on, but the person or people started drinking in the bar, and then the next morning you see them in bed and they have the shock of their lives because they're not alone in the bed. And the look on their faces all, oh, what have I done? So whatever happened the night before seemed like a good idea at the time, but obviously it wasn't the next day. So that's what one night stand yarn is. When I buy yarn, no idea what to do with it, and when I come to it, it's like, what on earth to get that for? Anyway, so these are Peyton's chunky yarn. So I made 2 hats in that colour on this size loom, so they're child hats. And I did roll brim deliberately because it's really, really thick. And so that was out of one 200-gram skein of yarn. And I made 2 pink because I got another 200-gram of yarn. Can you see that very well? Because that light is my craft light and it's kind of bleaching it, but the thing is I would be in almost darkness otherwise. Would have been better filming during the day. So that's them. And that's them. And then I did a rather impromptu half out some yarn that I've got. Still got some left. I think I made, when I first got my Addies, I think I made some socks from it. And, you know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know about Sockgate. Anyway, I made some socks out of it. And then, because I had yarn left, and of course you don't know what to do with scrap yarn, do you? So I made a hat. I didn't use a pattern, but even though I did I figured out the stitches per inch and whatever, have you felt like an average head, I realised this is probably a bit too wide. I'll just show you on me so you can see what I mean. So it's a little bit baggy, it probably needs some hat elastic, you know. Now I've got some left and I'm going to weigh this yarn. Oh, my scales are over there. And if it's the same weight as this, then I know I've got enough, but I will do fewer stitches around, but otherwise I make the same yarn, the hat. But I noticed the stitches are in multiples of 8, so it was easy to figure out where to divide the hat for the decreases. And look at that at the top. Isn't it cute? I did really well there. So that will fit somebody's head who's bigger than mine. I'll show you my scales. They're only kitchen scales. That's it. They're flat and I like the flat bit. See, they were our kitchen scales, and my husband was going to throw them out in favour of some other scales he's bought. I went, I want them. I said, I weigh my yarn on that. The amount of times I've had to clean flour off this yarn, because it's just yarn, flour off these scales, because he's just left it there. So at least it won't see flour ever again. So I'll just wear my yarn on it, because it's so much easier. So these are my scales now. Oh, mine. But yeah, no point in throwing them away when they still work. I like these. Do you know, I was about to put them back. And I thought, while I'm here, 57 grams. 52 grams. Now bear in mind, I did say this was 90 stitches. It's like a worsted weight yarn, Aran weight, worsted weight. And I think 96 stitches is too big. So I'm going to do 88. So there will be fewer stitches. So the 52, 57 grams might just be able to do it. But, you know, I'd be really happy if I could just make a hat out of this and then it's gone and it's goodbye. No more wasting space in my yarn stash, my cake box. The reason why I started that hat, it wasn't really that impromptu. I was trying out some new knitting needles because I was curious about them. And they're fine. Right, I'll show you them. Okay, I've got 3 pairs. I got the 5mm, hence what I've just been using, the 4mm and the 2.5mm. And I think they're German, and they're like this. They almost look like cable needles. And if I show you the picture on the back, you get the idea of what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be making knitting in the round a bit easier. Now I have no trouble knitting round. I think it's for those people who are a bit concerned about knitting on DPNs and think that the yarn's going to fall straight off the needles, which is exactly what I was afraid of, which is what put me off knitting socks primarily, because my experience of a straight cable needle was that whenever I cabled, the stitches, well, the needle would slide off the stitches, slide out of the stitches, sorry. And that's what put me off DPNs. I thought the same thing would happen, but really it doesn't. It's amazing. It's like a miracle. But I was just curious about this anyway. But because I'm used to DPNs and I'm used to a 9-inch needle as well for knitting in the round-on socks, these were, they're not horrible. They're totally fine. The plastic's good as well. It's akin to the plastic from Denise. You know, the crochet and knitting needles, they're fine. I like that plastic. I don't like this plastic though. Hang on. This plastic, they're Knit Pro's double-ended crochet Afghan hooks. The plastic squeaks a hell of a lot. I'm sure it's the hook. Because same kind of yarn. Don't bother it on this or the Denise. But anyway, so the plastic's good. And some people might find that quite useful. So, I did get it from the UK. I think it's called Tangled Yarn. What I will do is, as I'm uploading this video, I will source the website and I will link it. I don't know if you can get them in the US. Maybe you can, who knows. I'm sure you'll be able to get them from Germany. I'm sure it's German. But that's basically what they are. Some people might actually find them really useful. But like I said, I mean, I have no difficulty now with DPNs. It was just a fear I had, and I was just curious about what these were going to be like. And they're not bad. They're a bit fiddly to get used to, but I think I would get used to them. But they certainly wouldn't be a go-to, I think. I would automatically go for my DPNs. So I just thought I'd share that with you, just in case there's somebody wanting to knit socks maybe, or wanting to knit a hat in the round and a bit intimidated by DPNs and even circular needles or something. They might get away with them alright. So anyway, that's everything. That is definitely everything so far. So I shall love you and leave you, and see you next time. Take care everyone. Bye bye.